turn off the TV. We know you don't want to be here. And thanks to Mara for hooking them up with the Reeboks on Instagram. She sent me the link where Reebok, the Reebok pants, is it Reebok? Reeboks. Reebok. It's Reebok. Reebok. She sent me the Reebok. Whatever. We Jamaican, we said Reebok. So Reebok pants for $10. So I'm trying to figure out how I can get those for him. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for coming back to our channel. And we got a few questions. I was gonna leave it up longer, but I don't see anyone taking a bite, so I'm just gonna answer the few from our few old fakefuls. So from Celissa Morris, she said, everything. I'm thinking about it. What is your kid's relationship to your husband like? Play games, most like everyday routine. So she's asking, what are your relationships with the kids like? What do you guys do, you know, in your free time? What do you do with the kids?
Watch movies together.
Yeah, he watches a lot of movies with the kids. He's like a movie guy.
I like movies.
Yeah, and Jason, I think it's Jason. Yeah, Jason is the guy that likes to watch a lot of movie with his dad, and that's their thing is movie. Jordan just talks because, you know, Jordan. That's it. Jordan is just Jordan, and we love him. Jaxson, he usually is on his tablet and stuff like that. So he doesn't. And then Destiny and Madison is in their own little world. So yeah, it's just him and Jason. That's their bonding thing. And outside of that, we used to like explore, like just hop in the car and go. But since we moved here, we haven't done a ton of that. So hopefully in the next year we can get back to doing stuff like that where we just go. This summer, hopefully. Augustav 4 says, you are doing so good on your weight loss journey, looking great. Do you meal plan? Do we meal plan? He meal plans. I just kind of like rough it. He meal plans it for...
I do it for work.
For his work, for his job. We take meals with him. And I just like rough it. I do intermittent fasting until 12. And then at 12, I'll eat my first meal and then dinner. So that's it. And all of our meals are planned out. And if you watch our grocery hauls, don't mind the kids in the background. I can't avoid it. But if you watch our grocery hauls and stuff like that, I'll link them here where you guys can go watch them. We do plan out all of our meals and stuff like that. That's the closest meal plan, but not really. But hey, it works for us. And how do you get the kids' snack to last until the next shopping day? My boys are running through everything in no time. I feel like I'm wasting so much money on snacks. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. She has another question. But how do we get their snacks to last so long, babe? You answer that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
So the way in which I do snack, and
you're the one that does that.
Yeah, we don't allow our kids to mindlessly snack. Like, they get 3 square meals a day, 2 of which is at school. Well, for 2 of the kids. Well, it's complicated. The 2 kids that are in private school, we provide 2 meals for them. So we provide breakfast and lunch. And then for the 3 kids that are in public school, Madison, Jason, Jordan, they get breakfast and lunch at school. So that's a burden off of us there already. And then we provide dinner for every single person in the family. And the only people we provide snack for are Jaxson and Destiny for school. Outside of that, we do not allow snacking, and yeah, we don't do snacking. So they just, yeah, it creates a habit in your children that they should be constantly putting stuff in their mouth. And
shut your mouth.
Yeah, technically they don't need to be just mindlessly eating. So you don't need to create that kind of habit for your children, for them to just be eating. That's how you create obesity. And a eating disorder where they feel like they have to be constantly putting stuff in their mouth. So that's where we go, and that helps with their weight and keeping their weight low and avoiding childhood obesity. Also, do you and Rob take time for just you two without the kids? What do you do to keep the spark? Nothing. I slap him in the head. We do this thing now. now that the kids are older, much older, where we have 13-year-olds that can watch the younger ones, Rob and I get up on the weekends and we go for walks and we just talk and catch up and just, mainly him, he's the talker. I'm an introvert. Like, I keep everything inside and he just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. And, you know, sometimes I'll say something or, you know, but that's how we catch up and that's how we're able to spend time with each other. But we don't really go out like on dates and stuff like that. We tend to do a lot of things with our children. And we are a tight-knit family in which we don't do anything without our children because we feel like they're our responsibility and we don't want to do something and something happen to any of them and then regret it. So we're always constantly with them to make sure that they're okay and they're not in the wrong hands. Later when they go off to college and move out the house, then Rob and I can be all on top of each other and, you know, be all on the island and just, right, Rob? Just be doing the most.
Doing the nasty?
Yeah, on the kitchen island.
No, that's where I eat.
No.
You never thought about doing it on the kitchen island?
No.
No? I thought about the kitchen island. What do you do to keep that spark? Communication. Communicate. We communicate.
He goes to the
a lot.
porn shop.
And he goes to the porn shop. He likes butt plugs.
You might want to edit that.
No, I'm leaving it in. I'm joking. I'm joking. He's not a freak. Maybe not. You never know.
Jordan said ew.
Jordan, you ill. Moving on. Tracy White. Why don't you get along with your family? Oh, Lord, you trying to get me in trouble? They watch my video, you know. Why don't you get along with your family? That's a touchy subject for me. And with all of our neighbor and everything and eyes watching, I don't tend to air my dirty laundry on YouTube anymore because you never know who's watching. So why don't you get along with your family? I remember in one of your videos you said that y'all don't get along. Why haven't you had your family on your videos? You only had your sister, but where are your mom or other members of your family? Whew, that's a touchy one. Why don't I get along with my family? I know that's a whole another video, and it's it would be very long. But I don't get along with 90% of my family, and it has nothing to do. God, I can't even explain it, but let me see a good way to explain this so that your question get answered. It's a long story. I feel like I am more different when it comes to my family. Like, my family do things and I do things and it's different and it just doesn't mix. So we don't really, we just don't get along. And yeah, that's all I have to say on that subject. It's just complicated. It's very complicated. Why don't I have them on my video? I'm never around them, so I can't really put them in my video if I'm never around them. So there's that. Other family members, I don't know. I only have a few sisters. I have 4 sisters. We didn't grow up together. Let's just spit that out. We didn't grow up together, so we don't have a close family bond. Like, it's not a tight-knit family. Yeah, we're just dysfunctional, if you may. So dysfunctional people can't be together for too long. It's just not gonna work. So moving on. Maybe one day I'll do a whole video on that subject, but for right now, that's the best way I can explain it. What are the kids' interests? Reno, Jessica. Lord. Jackson is into, what are you into, Jack?
Playing my tablet, playing Fortnite.
See, that's not even an interest. That's an addict.
And doing math.
Doing math. He likes math. Okay. Jordan, what's your interest?
Science.
Science. Okay. What's your interest, Jordan?
Nerf guns and graphic novels.
Nerf guns and graphic novels. Destiny?
Reading and drawing.
Reading and drawing is Destiny. Jason?
Playing.
Video games.
Video games. And Maddie is Barbie.
I like video games.
Barbie.
With Jackson.
And more Barbie. Okay, we know a Barbie.
I like drawing.
I like sleeping.
And Rob, the big kid
Play
over
with
there.
Jackson.
He likes sleeping. Tina from the Queen Vlog says, has your relationship with your family gotten any better? Has my relationship with my family gotten any better? No. It hasn't gotten better because I haven't communicated with any of them. So, and I think I have severed all relationship with my family. So there's no relationship there, and there's no working on it because it's severed. It's done. There's no second chances. There's no I'm done. Once I'm done with something, I'm done. I'm not going back. It's done. So it's never gonna get better. It's never gonna. You have to realize when something is not good for you and move on. You can't continue to tie yourself to a situation just because they're your family. That doesn't make sense. If it's not gonna work, it's just not gonna work. You cut your ties. What do you call it? Count your losses, whatever, and move on.
Who says you gotta like your family?
Exactly. Who says you have to like your family? Oh Lord, Rob's trying to get me in trouble now. How's Maddie doing with school? Maddie is doing pretty well. She's still kind of cranky for in the evenings, but she's getting a little better. Yes, she's getting a little better, and she's getting used to the routine. So Maddie's doing really well. Are you closer with your mom and brother? No. I have brothers, but it's complicated. Meaning, there's one that I don't speak to whatsoever and will never speak to ever again. There are 3 others that the younger one, I do speak to him from time to time, but I keep my distance because, I just keep my distance because, yeah, I just do.
She looks so disappointed because she's fat.
And then the other 2, I never grew up with them, so I don't know them, so it's not like a relationship was ever there that I'm missing out on because I don't know them. We weren't raised together. It's just now that when everyone started migrating to the U.S. that relationships were developed because of that, and once everyone was settled, everyone cut their loss, or everyone went their separate ways, and I never pursued any kind of relationship because I was never interested. I'm a grown adult. I feel like I don't really need family. Where were they when I was a child? You know what I mean? So that's that. My mom, in terms of my mom, I love my mom dearly. I will forever be grateful for what she have done for our family. Oh Lord, the toddler. And I will love her from a distance. But I feel like my mom is better off. My mom is better off where she is than versus with where I can't explain it, but I just feel like our relationship is better the way it is, if that makes any sense. I just feel like it's better. Will you ever travel back home? No. Too many memories, and yeah, just don't want to, never want to go back, always go forward. Will you ever move back home? No. Yeah, like I said, too many memories and don't want to go back. How's your sister? Twin sister is doing amazing. My younger sister, who I love dearly, but we don't really, she is doing good. I talk to her every now and then on the phone. We are trying to work on our relationship, but still there's just the distance and just too many, what do you call it? Too many hurt. It's just too much. It's too much. It's just way too much, and I just don't want to deal with it. I'm just one person, and I just rather leave stuff in the past. Are you enjoying your time when Maddie is at school now? Yes, I'm actually going to the gym, working out, and trying to make a better version of me, right? Is that it? A better version of myself. So I'm working on my body now that I am no longer, you know, a breeder.
A breeding machine.
A breeder. Now that I'm no longer a breeder, I'm working on my body. Like, Summer Body 2020 is going to be amazing. So stay tuned for that. So, yeah, I miss her. But at the same time, it's time to move on to the next phase of my life, which is, you know, what is that phase? I don't know. When we get there, we'll figure it out. Did you continue with pressing charges against those jealous neighbors? No, they kind of like, after I said what I had to say that day when we called the police, they kind of like pulled back into their house and just kind of like left me alone. So hopefully when the summer breaks and the weather get nice, they don't start up with their foolishness, or if they do continue and I feel threatened in any sort of way, then I will continue. But for right now, you know, laying cool and watching what they're doing to make sure that my family is safe. How are the twins doing? Jason and Jordan, they're doing well. Jordan is failing 7th grade there, but that's a long story for another day. How are you dealing with being the mom of teenagers? Girl, I'm brand new to this, so I don't even know yet. Like, my children are great. Amazing little human beings. So I transitioned from each phase like effortlessly. Like, they just make it so easy for me to be a mom, and I give them all the praise, and to God be the glory. Great things he has done.
Until you start finding dirty socks.
Dirty socks, Rob? What are you trying to tell me? I better not find no dirty socks up in here. Who? Jason cleared his throat at Jordan. You got dirty socks, Jack?
Right here. Here.
The poor thing is clueless. What struggles have you and Rob had since being together? What struggles have we had, babe? I think just being...
That's a very open question.
It is. And I don't want to get too deep because we have people that are watching that mean us no well.
Specific.
Oh, he wants you to be more specific. So I guess this is going to be another Q&A. So, well, just pick one thing.
Struggle adapting to a new state.
Adapting to a new state. So he said adapting to a new state, which is let me turn this back because of the lighting. But true, it was hard to transition from Maryland to where we are right now, and yeah, that was a transition in itself that we're still going through, and we want to move back because it's just, this is not where we want to be, right? This is
not for.
No.
Not forever. No.
Yeah, Rob home, and I would say my home as well because I'm not from here, is Maryland, and I have to follow him wherever he goes because, you know, that's my heart. That's my baby. Because, yeah, I'll follow Rob wherever he goes. Did his family always love you? Let's do the questionnaire. Did his family always love you? Yes. Yes. Always. Always, always, always. I remember when we went through a really rough patch in the beginning of our marriage and something took place, and it was a miscommunication, and once everything was sorted back out, the support that I received when I was giving birth to Destiny was just amazing, and they've always been very supportive, very involved with the grandbabies, and they're always there. Not a birthday, not a Christmas, not a New Year's, they're always there. I've always felt love. I've always felt welcomed. I've always felt
I have a question for you.
What's that?
Where were you born?
I was born in St. Catherine, Jamaica. So yeah, I've always felt love from his family. Have we, a different question, have we always gotten along? No. Love? Yes. They've always loved me from the very first time I met them. But we've always had our ups and downs. Did your family always love him? Did my family always love you, Rob?
I don't know, I think so.
Let me clear up that question for you guys, sorry. So, Rob hasn't been around my family long enough for him to be able to say, okay, they love him. Because when you come from a dysfunctional family as mine, it's kind of hard to, like, you know, try to fit in. So, with my mom, yes. My mom loves and adores him. Like, he can't do no wrong. I remember one day Rob and I were like in the house, like we were young. We were like young, freshly married. And we were just like, I was trying to kill him. And you know my mom didn't get up? My mom didn't move. She didn't move. Not once. She didn't like, get the flip out of my house. Don't do it. Nothing. 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 She's like, y'all husband and wife, y'all need to figure it out. So yeah, my mom always loved him, and she always been. That's his favorite. That's her favorite son-in-law. Oh Lord, let me not go there. Anywho, you know I've always been watching y'all forever, so I got questions. Have you and Rob ever taken a trip, just the two of you?
Yeah.
Yes, we have, and. When I tell you, Rob is wild. When I say Rob has a wild side to him, I mean, the lighting is horrible. Rob wants to sit over there. But Rob is wild. We went to a secret nightclub in Ocean City, and he was in the middle of the road taking his clothes off. Saying, shot, 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 shot. I spent the whole night chasing Rob in the middle of the street in Ocean City. I said, you don't know how to behave. We ain't going nowhere ever again. We never did. Never did. He took off his shirt. He was running back and forth across the street. Every time a car would come, my heart would just like, because I'm like, he's dead. He's so dead. The crap I put up with Rob. And that's it from Tina. And I met Tina in Baltimore. Rob and I met Tina in Baltimore a few years ago. I remember the babies were not even 1 yet when I met her. So, that's it, guys. I'm going to go edit this video. Thank you guys so much. You guys asked a bunch of tough, even where it was a little bit of questions, but you guys asked some tough questions. I'm just sitting there like, did I really want to answer those? But, thank you guys so much for asking. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting and always interacting with our little family. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, bye guys.